Okay. Oh, opening sneeze. Okay. So this is International Yomi League. Juushischi versus Soulpech. This is a week 6 matchup, I think. Okay, let's see what matchup they go into. Soulpech has been playing a lot of Valerie. Yep, Valerie Jaina. That's what I expected. Okay, so Ju's opening hand, not very good.
It's playable.
Soulpech's is almost as bad.
Right? I mean, he's going to get a block here, though, which is fine.
Yeah.
They're both going to get some cards. I'm thinking, looking at Ju's hand, I'm thinking the single ace is going to come out pretty early. Unless Soulpech is really content to block for extended periods.
Probably. Like, Valerie can just, or Jaina can mostly just mash buttons and stuff Valerie doing things.
Up there's the dodge. It's interesting. I guess that Jaina's early range, the way I've seen Juushischi play this matchup, makes it pretty awkward for Valerie to attempt to throw. What we have done, dodge into knockdown and then gone for a mix-up normal. What, for like 3, 4, 5, 6? We do get the successful throw from Soulpech, though. Doesn't choose to take the knockdown, gets an ace.
Yeah, I'd say that's a reasonable decision given his hand.
Also, given that it's Jaina, and sort of like in V1, you want to get that early damage conversion on Jaina.
Yeah.
So that's more awkward for her to buy things back. Especially since late game, if she has a decent life lead, yet there's a single ace to beat the ace he just got. But late game, if it gets to the point where Jaina just gets to a lower life total, she probably has a bunch of aces and queens to buy back.
Yeah. That makes me feel bad seeing that interaction, knowing what once was.
This is one of the matchups that I think was pretty even in version 1. Maybe a slight Jaina advantage, but it's really, really awkward for Valerie now.
Yeah, because not being able to get chromatics past Jaina's aces and Q really, really hurts her in this matchup.
Now, he did have the queen last turn that he could have played if he expected the ace, but the ace is pretty well placed.
Well, so Juushischi not going for the knee bash. Did he even have it? Yes, he did. Okay.
He had the knee bash. He also could have just gone for a normal throw and had 2 aces in a mix-up.
Yeah.
Generally, when I see Ju, he doesn't use knee bash for his throw option off of unstable. He just goes for a normal throw for the knockdown.
Yeah. Though he really likes knee bash, just not in that scenario. Like, he just likes it as a combat option.
I think... Oh, it gets the mix-up normal, and Soulpech minus a Joker, this is going to be a little painful. Unless Ju really respects it. If there's a bluff. Nope. 4, 5, 6 aces.
So the combo basically... What?
Not familiar with the mix-up normal?
He should be. Like, he's not that new.
So he's up with the, I think he just didn't know the game state as well.
Yeah.
Or he probably would have just played the queen.
Yeah,
and then
I was gonna say,
there goes the 4s.
He started playing, like, in this season, but he's not so new that he doesn't know what a mix-up normal is.
Right. No, I don't mind his hand too much. He at least has a queen. He has a few 10s now.
Yeah.
But he has to play around Juushischi having 2 aces.
I was gonna say, the problem is that this life total, what does the 10s really help him beat? Like, he's gotta worry about Ju At least Ju doesn't have embers up yet. That's helpful. Does he have embers? He's got one.
I mean, I think, well, to answer that question for real, it helps him win throw clashes a bit better, because if you look, he doesn't have any really fast throws. His only real throw is the 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the Juushischi thing. I'm going to get this life lead, and you're going to run out of all of your cards trying to catch me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I think most people should do with life leads, but not enough people do that.
Yeah, I generally don't as much, but that's because I play Quinn, so I feel like if I have a life lead, I can usually just ride that and win the game off the incoming mix-ups.
Relatively.
But Ju is sort of almost infamous for this, regardless of who he's playing.
Okay, sorry, I had to disappear briefly for a moment there.
It's no problem.
I look back and Soulpech successfully blocked and suddenly has a boatload of damage in his hand.
You have to convert it, though, and that's going to be a little difficult.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there comes the ace from Ju. Good dodge.
I was going to say, he at least has a decent dodge punish now with J-Pump.
Here comes the face down. I think he does. Here's the awkward thing, right? Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because here's the thing, if that's a Joker, that really sucks if he loses the J-Pump. But he has to really think that could very well just be a 10, and now there's a 10 to discard, and I didn't get this stuff out of my hand.
I still probably would have taken the throw knockdown at the very least.
Very good throw.
Yeah.
Well, the throw knockdown is he only had one throw in his hand at the time, so that's really...
throw 5 J++, take this damage off. Whoa, normals! Normals! You forgot your normal.
He wants it as a block, because if he loses that throw somehow...
yeah, I suppose
he only has one block in hand, that's not a burst of speed. Although, honestly, at this life toll, now I can understand your argument for just pitching the burst of speeds and getting aces with them.
Yeah, because he's not going to be... It's highly unlikely Ju is actually going to be revealing attacks that the burst of speed will be relevant to. So, yes, it does still help for the throw part, but Ju generally doesn't reveal throw late game. Oh, okay, well...
You say that, and...
Yeah. I really was not expecting that. That definitely would have gotten me.
Yeah, he's going to have to face down with the burst of speed.
Rip.
He's going to lose.
Pack him up. Exactsies.
I don't think Soulpech has another character, so I think he's just going to be playing Valerie this set.
Probably. I think he experimented a little bit with some other characters, but Valerie is definitely his most comfortable.
I also don't see him as fading the temperament for some of Jaina's actual really bad matchups like Arg, or maybe Satsuki, but not Arg.
Let's see. Yeah, he's sticking with it.
So, I think if I'm to make an adjustment as Soulpech, I'd try to throw a bit more early. Even though Ju did run the normal, I think early throws are still helpful.
Yeah. Oh, nice block.
Oh, catches the queen early. Wow, okay. Gets an ace, and thankfully because Ju just burned that queen, he doesn't have anything that beats the ace now other than just blocking. Now granted, his hand's very conducive to that. So that's fine. So I'm looking at Soulpech's hand.
This is not a bad hand.
It's not a bad hand by any stretch, because he could get knocked down into maybe 4 normals. He could just play the ace. There's the throw.
So
I think I just take the knockdown.
I would say you're right, yeah.
And leverage my burst of speeds. And say you probably don't have another reversal.
No.
But he's going to choose to get the single ace.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. It's just the knockdown might have been more useful there. Just because he has the burst of speed to threaten the cross up, but yeah.
I think. Yep, there's the unstable power because he doesn't want to really deal with aces or throw into aces as a mix-up.
I probably just block as Soulpech here.
Especially since Ju established, at the very least, he's going to start with the attack dodge for his unstable.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay, well.
He hits it, and that's going to be an extra 7 on top of the normal draw, on top of the aces he's probably going to connect that into. I guess he was expecting a 6 if there was a mix-up we had.
Yeah, so just 2 into Masterpiece here, for sure.
So that's the normal draw, the draw from the aces, and 25 damage.
Yes, thanks to the unstable.
Oh, he doesn't know you can't switch that into a block. You can only switch it if you let attack. Yeah, that was a V1 Jaina thing. Okay, so looking at Ju's hand now, right? So he has the kings now, which is good for him, but he's not going to get it straight off of it, just damage conversion. And he runs it headlong into the secret third ace.
Alright, this is going to be chromatics to draw chromatics, calling it. Ah, drew a king.
Damage chromatic, and he's in a very good situation. Now he has the queen, which, if Jaina doesn't have aces, is the dominant attack in this matchup.
Yeah.
It does tie with Jaina's queen. Has two kings of each color and some tens to play with. And he has not taken any damage outside of blocking a queen, so now he can actually afford to sit.
I was going to say, I just noticed he's sitting on a perfect here at the moment.
Well, chip perfect.
Yeah. I accept hood perfects as perfects. Like, to me, chip damage doesn't count.
Chip damage, in fact, is the best feeling, because just like they got, like, you're playing a Street Fighter and they get so salty, they throw out the random ultra to avoid the perfect.
Yeah. Nice dodge. Sticking to the plan. So just knockdown here, I guess.
Knockdown, and he actually has 2 10s, so he can even threaten mix-up normal with 5.
Why? Why? Follow that.
I don't hate it. Because I think, well, you already know, I love letting face downs go, regardless of whether they're real or not.
I know you do,
thing.
But as a Zane main, I can't condone not following into things off of a dodge.
That's because you get yours for free. Not every character gets to do this.
So powers up his only throws outside of his burst of speed.
Unstable power. He does have all the pieces of mix-up if he wants it. I'm tempted to think he's going to lean toward playing the 4. He plays the throw. Gets the mix-up. This is where the Jaina counterplay comes in.
So throw 4, 5...
He's going to throw for 3 aces.
Yep. Throw 4, 5, 6. 22 damage and 3 aces off of that turn. Very, very strong turn for Ju.
However, those were his only throws. And a problem Jaina has, you look at that discard, that's 2 9s are gone, 2 8s are gone, 2 7s are gone.
Oh. That is the problem, isn't it?
This is problematic.
The question is, will Soulpech recognize that that is the problem, or will he just play this king or something?
Like, I don't know, my natural reaction would be just block. Just chill.
Smart.
Force. Now, Juushischi's hand is entirely red, just drew an 8, which he really needed. But I think, yeah, he's going to play letter J. He's going to protect the throw option for now.
So that trades, I believe.
That does trade. It's not a favorable damage trade per se, but it's fine to get the damage there.
I was going to say, putting Ju at 16 life is super important, because that's Masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he... Ah, no, you don't need 3. You only need 2.
I think he just wants to have the hedge where he has more aces.
I guess, but I probably only would have powered up 2, because then you can keep one of the other color as a potential mix-up option.
And there's the throw option he was protecting. So it's just going to be throw... Does he do throw knockdown, or does he do throw AA? Or does he do throw KK? If he does throw AA, he has to play the 7 to try to get back, right? But then he only has kings. But what he could do, and I guess what he's playing for, is he's going to do throw ace, and then go for throw KK to try to get lethal that way.
Perhaps. I suppose we'll see. Okay, so Valerie just draws a 7 throw, so I would say that... Oh, okay.
Now, the thing is, his hand's checkmated by Masterpiece Raw, which is hilarious. This will almost never happen. Yeah. The knee bash is also lethal.
Ooh. It's a shame, because, like, it was reasonable to block there.
But the hand that was actually the play that loses the game instead of the play that wins the game.
Yeah. And Ju does play all the way into it. taking game 2.
The thing is, if he does, and that's a joker, he'll still have 2 aces.
Yeah.
With Soulpech at 8 life.
Yeah, Ju with the appropriate whew there.
Because he swindled that one. Lum!
I have no idea if he plays Lum.
If he does play Lum, this is another one of those matchups that Jaina's not terribly fond of.
Suppose we'll find out in rather short order.
Mm-hmm.
You can usually tell when a player does or doesn't actually play Lum.
Interesting choice not to block with a 5 or a 9.
I was gonna say. I wonder if that, I don't know.
So, Ju's hand has an early joker, which is nice. Maybe not so important against Lum, but it's nice anyway.
I mean, I guess I can sort, what?
And he wants the cantrip. Don't get the joker.
Hey, LMAO.
Oops.
It's okay. His draw from Jackpot was an ace.
Ow. Although I think if I'm Lum, I'm just going to play block. Yeah, I'd have to have, since he's not very familiar with Lum, because early blackjacks can win combat sometimes, but they're not great if they do, because there's more of a chance you either bust out, or you flip a bunch of cards that you actually really wanted to draw.
Yeah. So, unstable power again.
Now, Ju did establish throw out unstable a lot last game.
He did.
So that would open this back up. Yeah, the way the matchup generally goes, assuming that the Lum is more familiar with it, is basically, I'm going to block for eternity, because you're Jaina, you don't have a whole ton of throws, especially if you're using your 7s like that as an ability. And then you can play all the fancy games with 7s you want, and with threatening to win with aces, but I have 10s, and I don't care about your life.
Pretty much.
Finds the ace with the jackpot, which is reasonable, and draws a pair of 10s.
But does he have the wherewithal to set them up properly, is the question.
Mm-hmm. Because I think his play just basically has to be block this turn, right? Just block with a 5. But he really expects an even normal. In which case he has to block with his 10s when this hand, which is awkward.
Well,
such as that.
Let's say makes the correct play.
Has JKK now as potential combat if he expects a throw or something that's not aces. But Jay is one of those cards that's a little awkward to play against Jaina because she has aces and her queen.
Nice, Jay.
Very nice, Jay. And he has a couple of kings to get some quick and dirty damage off that. He knows the Joker's real, right? But
yep,
he can let that
lets
go.
It go. RTD.
Rolls a 2.
So it doesn't get to keep his J.
He does have the second one that Ju's not aware of, which is helpful.
Yeah.
Actually, his third J.
Yeah, draws the bottom card of his deck and pulls an 8.
Which is important because, again, if Ju is doing what he's doing and using 7s for abilities, then 8's actually a really good throw.
Yeah.
Gets his ace back, has a fistful of face cards.
Oh, here comes the ace dodge.
Yep.
Double dodge.
Once you have enough cards on in your hand, I think ace dodge is okay. I'm still not a huge fan of it as early. And because Ju still has aces in his hand, he could still just play the 7 and possibly find an ace with it. Finds a queen instead, which is still useful information. Nay, not as useful as knowing that Ju actually has 3 queens in his hand. Ju going for the pretty reasonable play of, oh, you saw my queen, how terrible, I guess I'll just throw it at you.
I mean, with 3 of them in his hand, oh.
What?
was gonna say, face down there was really questionable.
Not only was the face down questionable, face downing the 8 was extra questionable.
What's in his discard? He's got... Oh, no. Never mind.
Draws another ace. So the other issue I have with early blackjacks is I liked early blackjacks a lot in V1, back when Blum has single ace instead of double ace. Gets the blackjack anyway, very nice. But now that you need 2 aces to threaten the ace mix up from Blum, you really don't always want to burn them like that. Okay. Should stand on 14. Should stand on 15. Okay. That was very fortunate. That was a lot of things that could have gone very badly there. Watch him top deck a 6. No, he top decked a 9, so he would have busted. Does have a life lead, so that's pretty helpful. Now, if I'm Soulpech here, I just play my 5 block, maybe, and sit. Yep. Okay. That works too. If you're Soulpech here, do you pump this throw?
I was gonna say, there's not really a lot desirable to pump with.
Maybe a 5, but he needs the power up.
I was gonna say, he's got it as a pair. I probably wouldn't break that up. So I can understand just letting that rock and just being content with having defended yourself from a throw.
So, we've gone through 2 of Ju's queens. Here comes the 3rd one. Reasonably thinks, oh, there's not another 0.2 deck I have to deal with, and gets it punched.
Let's Beyblade.
Why is he face downing these queens? Is he really scared of taking 5 damage?
I don't know.
Maybe he just really wants cards. But that doesn't explain why he faced down with the 8 the first time. I don't know. So looking at Soulpech's hand, he still has JKK if he really wants it, right? Gets another 6 throw out and defends himself again from the knee bash, which I guess Ju must be valuing those 7s as unstables. I can't tell whether he's doing that or whether he's trying to set a valuation trap of I'm going to throw with my 6 and now I'm secretly going to 7-6 AAU. Which I think, yeah, that's exactly what he's setting up. Not only do I have this 7, I have the next one. Like, I think reasonably, this isn't a real joker, but if I'm Ju, and I don't know that, I would still play at least AA because I have the other 7 in my hand. Goes for 5-6J to keep the ace threat, though. And the actual very smart thing this does, because he has an extra throw, it really skews Soulpech toward, I need to avoid this ace. And you probably really actually ran out of throws. You might have just top decked that 7. So now Ju has an extremely strong 7 throw that wouldn't be as strong if he did sort of the standard thing and just either play as an unstable or mashed on it. Poker Flourish is straight, I guess, to find a joker, which is reasonable. Yeah, he needs to find a joker so that he doesn't get ruined by the aces. It is worth noting that despite playing Lum pretty unconventionally, there's the very strong throw I was talking about. Despite playing Lum pretty unconventionally, he still has done actually a reasonable amount of damage conversion this game.
Yeah. Ooh. So bluffs the joker.
That's a feeling. That's a feeling.
Yeah.
I have this Joker. Surely you won't actually play into my face down now. So on 2 very strong valuation trap throws, Juushischi converted 49 points of damage.
And there comes another throw.
There's the 7 he'd been holding basically the entire time.
Yeah, dude just throwing out of his mind right now.
Do you take the 4 life or the card draw at this point?
Well, the 4 life gets him out of queen death range, so that's non-insignificant.
Now, the funny thing, here's what I would do if I had a Soulpech on this hand. This is probably where I'm insane, gets the J, is I would go for a mix-up of dodge and 10 throw.
Yeah, I mean, with this much life, 10 throw is lethal.
And now this turn, that's really good.
So
especially since now he gets his J back.
Yeah.
He has to think, though. I think he's considering the knockdown just because he knows that Ju has an ace, right? Okay. And the ace does beat that J pretty cleanly. But now he has a mix-up of dodge 10 throw that is lethal damage.
And he does still have the Joker in his hand. Is he going for it? He's spun the 10 around.
He's thinking about it. Nope, just throws the J. Now I think he has to Joker.
Yeah.
Because even if Ju just plays single A, playing Blum at 5 is still nice. Gets the Embers instead, and the knockdown, but now he's out of Jokers. What Soulpech can do now is power his 3s away, find ace-ace. Because he knows that Ju has 2 cards in his hand, one of them is an ace, he might not be expecting the second one ace, which it's not, so ace-ace trades favorably here, wins the game.
He only powered up 2 of the 3s. 2 of the 3s. Yeah.
That's a little strange.
Wake up 6?
Wake up 6, yo!
And it wins. It doesn't win him the game, though, does it? I don't think he does enough damage.
No, he does 15 at most if he pumps it all the way.
Yeah.
But now he knows Ju's only card's an ace, right?
Yeah.
So Ju is relying on the top deck to not lose to ace dodge, and he draws a 4.
So, as Ju, you just fucking dodge.
Right, because you don't want to be checkmated by ace dodge here. Yeah. Take your 2 damage. Right? So, does he power the 10s away for the other ace, though? Because now, again, he knows that Ju only has an ace in his hand. And if he wants to throw, he can use the 8, which, you know, also beats Jaina's throws for the most part outside of 7. That's an iffy block. It still works out pretty well. I guess he is playing. Again, if your only information is that you have aces, it makes sense, I guess.
But why wouldn't you dodge there, though?
Right, that's what I'm saying, it's iffy. Because, like, B didn't want to take... Well, I guess I'm trying to think, right? If he dodges and gets thrown, he takes 9 damage, right?
Yeah.
Because there's the 10 to discard. So Ju does draw a second ace. He has a lethal mix-up here this turn. Lum has an equally lethal mix-up of dodge 8.
Goes for the 8.
Goes to the 8 and wins the game. Clutch.
Yeah, you add... Oh, wait, this is just dead.
That's just dead. He doesn't need to add anything. He can. Very unconventional Lum play, but it does take game 3.
Yeah. So nice to see this go to game 4.
Mm-hmm. He is locked into Lum for the rest of this set.
This is true. However, Ju, of course, has been playing Mono Jaina this season, and I doubt we'll see him break that.
There you go. Turn 1 block from Lum. Surprised. Stop me if you've seen this before.
I've seen this before.
getting an ace out of the hand means, again, it's pretty reasonable for him to go for the J. 7 block should actually give a ton of information about Ju's hand.
Yeah, definitely.
That is absolutely Jaina's worst card to be forced to block with.
Yeah, that is a giant red flag that says no 8s, no 9s, no 10s.
Which, actually, I think Soulpech is playing well by just saying, I'm just going to block at it then, because throwing with that 7's really awkward. Does burn a 7. Interestingly, his only block is another 7. So if you're Soulpech, what do you make of that 7 play?
Well, I think it tells him that throw isn't really a huge option unless it's knee bash. Which I suppose is the obvious thing. So I was gonna say I don't think it's unreasonable to just hedge your bets on the fact that maybe he just doesn't have knee bash.
Yeah, and also that the other part of that is that Jaina kind of wants the normal draw. She wants to be out of this part of the game where she runs out of blocks and throws. And Ju does draw into a 9, so now he can more freely throw with the other 7 in his hand. Or he can use as an unstable if the situation calls for it. Now, I don't play a Joker here, there's no reason to. Because, yeah, what's Jaina going to dodge into? He's going to dodge into the 9. By the way, now he still only has one throw and block in his hand, which is on his really good throw. He does have 2 more throws, but they're knee bashes.
Yeah, you can just kind of sit in this position as long here.
I mean, I guess you have to kind of scale the mix-up normal. That's about it. Like, here's the thing, and why I don't hate the Q play even though it loses here. If Jaina has a big hand, and she's also out of throws,
then it's all attacks.
Which means that a lot of those are probably normals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable. I can understand the Q there.
I mean, does it suck when it loses to Q? Yes, but that means that Ju did have to make the play of, I'm going to Q your knockdown and really hope you didn't just block at me.
Yeah.
Looks like we're joined on commentary by Dietz, who decided to pop in and say hello.
Hi, Dietz.
Maybe he doesn't want to say anything. Maybe his mic is muted.
No, his mic always takes a second to warm up, so he's probably just plugged it in.
Gets the ace dodge on the K. Still running on the assumption that Ju is pretty throw starved, which is a pretty correct assumption. So here's the thing: is J's actually I think are pretty appetizing right now. I would think if you don't think Jaina's going to block a bunch. Because Jaina needs normal draw. I also have a couple of different. I have a straight I can go off the J. Does get beaten by the dodge, but the J was pretty tempting.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Dietz.
I see that you're commentating a lung match. I decided I would step in.
Yeah, we're
we were noting that Soulpech had a very unconventional Lum play in the last game, but worked out, and it seems like he's playing more standard, pretty defensive Lum. I don't agree with powering the 6s. That's really strange, because that loses your most damaging straight. It also loses 2 of your fast throws. I guess his logic is that if Jaina doesn't have a bunch of throws, he doesn't need the 6s to beat them. But I still like being able to threaten J 6, 7, 8.
He's sitting on a decent life lead right now, at least.
Right, but it's like 15 life against Jaina, and he made up pretty fast. I guess his J combo would just be JKK then, if he plays one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found in my experience versus Jaina's, and I haven't really fought Juushischi's Jaina very much, but versus the random Jainas, this is the second most matchup where you want to use ace dodges, besides perhaps Gwen, because she just bleeds her own life away.
What about Onimaru?
Onimaru? Yeah, you could do that too. But even more so, I found most Jaina matches go something like use 2 to 3 ace dodges, build up an enormous hand, and then when she's at about 35 left, you power up almost your entire hand for at least one last poker flourish, and you finish.
So Soulpech going for the queen. I'm surprised because, again, Ju's throw threat here is knee bash, which doesn't leave a knockdown. Face down's on unstable power turn. Face down's the real joker when Jaina has not many cards, probably not many throws.
I was gonna say the most dangerous punish there is like K pumps, I guess.
Except for the part where 2 kings are in the discard.
Yeah, so that was a very questionable face down.
Has 3 aces though, right? So if he expects Ju to play an aggressive range and not just dodge, yeah, he can just queen. B, he can threaten 33 damage off of ace with a pump. Although, as you might know from my play, I'm a fan of the just Q strategy.
Yes, of course.
Well, in the reality in this matchup, Jay just isn't that, or sorry, not Jay. 6 throw off of Jaina just isn't that threatening because she's basically using throws that you already have access to. Because Lum just lives that throw life all the time.
So, I would like Soulpech's hand better if it had 10s in it.
That, and not to mention, both of your 6 and 8 throws beat her 6 throw.
Right.
Important to remember.
And if you look at
fucking Marlin Pie! Oh my god! I'm sorry, it's too hype. I had to hype that. I'm out of here.
I was gonna say Ju is in the match.
What did I don't even know what just happened.
Marlin High.
Yeah, I believe he's probably watching fighting games in the back.
Marlin Pie. Okay, that's what he said. I couldn't understand what he said for a second.
So Ju basically doing what Ju is wont to do, which is dodge a bunch.
Yeah.
Why? What? Not Red Dragon?
Soulpech doesn't really need to attack into Ju right now.
Yeah, you can set, especially since, again, it's known that Ju's probably still not throwing into his throws.
Especially now that he's down to 4 cards, and he hasn't powered up any of that.
And if you look at Jaina's hand, this is a pretty abysmal hand to have as Jaina. This is Joker 6/6 JJ.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Soulpech right now, I would be playing block throw dodge pretty much solely.
But he undercuts the charge shot there.
That's so weird.
Doesn't pump.
Doesn't pump?
Maybe.
Why not? I don't understand that one. Gotta be honest.
Takes the knockdown, doesn't even get back for the power up for another ace. So
I guess if his plan was to knock down, then fine. But very odd.
Jaina still just at that little cock block life total of you can't quite buy back aces yet. Yo!
Not even a mix-up normal.
Well, here's the thing, if Ju's out of throws, he's also out of blocks, and he's knocked down.
Truth.
If you're Ju, do you gold burst this turn is the question. Although I honestly would have done is turn those J's into aces. More cartwheels. Although,
just K.
Here's
just
the
K all
question:
day.
if you have K, but you also have 3 aces, and you think the K is likely to win combat, why not play the aces?
Well, we've seen he heavily values ace dodge, but yeah.
And you should in this matchup, but at this point,
You have to think, I want to play.
Definitely some
You have to make
consideration.
that extra step of, I want to play an attack.
or at
This
least
attack.
at least 3, 4, 5, since Ju has shown that he has no. Well,
There's the ace, and
Is
that's
that a trade?
excellent trade. That's a trade.
that's right,
Yeah.
and that's heavily favored.
Jaina's
Yeah,
now at
that-
1 life.
Can no longer buy back at all.
can no longer do anything but dodge if he doesn't want to get chipped out.
Oh, never mind. Can't dodge.
So you just power up and throw AA here, yeah?
Or even
Yes, absolutely. So the only thing he can do is burst at you.
Well, no, now he can AA to undercut, so that now there's an actual mix-up.
But you can also... Now, the mix-up actually is that Ju's hand is completely clogged with attacks. So if Soulpech recognizes this, he can try for a checkmate with ace dodge, actually.
He doesn't even need to ace dodge, he can just regular dodge at this point.
But Ju has the Joker, right? So the ace dodge is Joker-proof.
Truth.
Or, you know, that's
Or you
fine
just
too.
win. Winning is good too.
Why mix-up when out of combat?
Sometimes you just draw the 10s, and then good things happen.
2-2, that's much more standard lum play with some interesting, probably disagreeable calls. Generally solid, though. Like, I didn't have too much argument. I just had a few calls I thought were questionable, but he does take game 4. And actually might run this back with lum. Turn 1 ace dodge. Really scared of that turn 1 normal, I guess. But I think Ju's only done... He's done turn 1 Q once. He's done turn 1 normal once. But he's blocked the other 2. And he's pretty happy to block. Finds the queen. But now there's the mix-up. Is Jaina going to queen or 10 throw, right? So... Or is he going to 10 block?
I like the try. Didn't work though.
Nice cue. I like it. Not just because it wins combat, I like the queen. Because it means that he's showing I'm not too worried about you playing this queen that I know you have yet. It sort of forces Ju to make the queen real, as opposed to just playing hoping that Soulpech is scared of it.
Yeah.
I don't really get the jackpots, though, because Ju has a lot of cards, but he hasn't really powered for aces. We're not very far into the game yet. We've only seen the top.
At this point, that might have been a cycling jackpot.
I know, but it's like... I'm still not a huge fan. I like having access to the card for right now as maybe a block, maybe because I have a 5 and an 8, I might draw into a 6, I don't know that, and get it straight.
Right, but you gotta remember throwing a raw 5 against Jaina is not usually what you want.
Well, yeah, but you could J 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's always good.
Or J6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Gets the couple of 8 throws to undercut a 10 throw and a 6 throw. And now Ju, again, is sort of stuck in a really weird spot. That 7 loses, so again, he has a block left in his hand and it's a 7. He has another non-7 throw in his hand, and that's a 6. That's a very awkward position to be in when you're Jaina. Chooses to take the knockdown. I think he... Is he trying to set up ace-ace or ace-dodge as his mix-up? Possibly? Is he trying to set up a block because he's expecting Jaina... I think he actually might just be setting up a block because he's expecting Ju to queen here.
Oh, no, here comes the AA.
Wow.
Gutsy. Gutsy.
And not only does that hit, that gives way too much information about Ju's hand.
That is a huge life lead.
Oh,
well.
Peels off the Joker, but still a huge life lead. The Lum Hood perfect is being worked on. The only damage he takes is self-inflicted.
Going pretty low hand, but it's not like he cares when he knows Jaina has no throws.
And Ju still hasn't had the good fortune to draw into another one, so if he really wants to punish the low hand, he has to 7 throw.
I don't know why you ace dodge there, really.
Yeah, you can just block and build up your hand.
Yeah.
And force Jaina to have the throw to punish you for it. And now I think you just block, right?
Yeah. That's what I would do on that hand.
Like, not only just because, blocking's really good right now, it's like, what else are you really planning to do? The 5 attack isn't high payoff. The 9 throw doesn't do anything unless you have cards to pump it with. There's the queen. The 10s don't really do anything. Like, your hand is telling you to block, and the game state's telling you to block.
Ironically, powering up the 9s and then using the 10 for 7 damage would not be a bad play here.
He does run into a queen, but that's not the worst attack to lose to, and Jaina still has to get through 73 hit points. And it's really awkward for her to buy back. He does have another throw that he did hold for a turn. Which, catches a 10
Why block with the 10 and not the 9? Or the 5?
Yeah, I would block with the 9 there, like, almost 100% of the time. And now the life lead's still there, though, right? So here's Ju's hand now. He has a 5, a joker, a 2, and a 7. He doesn't really have a throw punish. Not only that, he's gone through 2 6s. Oh, maybe you just want to set Poker Flourish?
There's the Poker Flourish I was talking about.
Full
I think
house.
it still would have been better to power up with the 9s to get the free ace first, though.
Right, so there's a 10, though. So he does now have a throw he chooses to play unstable, which, given the game state, I think he's almost forced to go for an unstable mix-up. But now, if he gets the 10 throw successfully, he's relying on mix-up normal to stop Soulpech from blocking, right? So I think he has to go for an attack block here, which he's going to. Soulpech recognizes that blocks, period, which is fine. Gets Juushischi down to 20. The normal draw does give him a 6, but again, that's not really the throw you want in this situation. Okay, expects the... I don't know why he's expecting a throw. I mean, Juushischi has a couple of throws, but he shouldn't really be expecting one, per se. I think he's trying to protect the ace dodge, but he didn't really need to there with a queen. However, I think he's still pretty comfortable. This is a situation where you can still kind of just block because you're at 32 life. Juushischi probably doesn't have ace-ace. Really probably doesn't have a throw that's worth anything. Right, now you see he has one finally. But he doesn't really much to threaten with. He has a king in his... He has 2 kings in his discard. He has 2 aces in his discard. Like, what else are you going to throw into? Throw a straight? Throw into J something? I don't know.
Got a little greedy there. Wanted to end it.
Now, let's see. So, Jude has to, like, throw in a Q pump if he wants reasonable damage here. But he's going to take the knockdown. He can still potentially pull this out. But he needs to win a couple of combats. He's been drawing into his throws more freely than he was last game, which has been helping.
Wake up, throw? Oh.
Yeah, that's iffy. That's very iffy. You have to think that Juushischi's going for a mix-up normal.
Yeah, you don't have that many cards as long that can really threaten. I mean, the worst you could do is probably single Q.
There's the unstable, which Ju's going to use as a throw, like almost 100%, but he's going to block first. Gets the 10. Oh my, no fear at all. And now Juushischi's
You
forced
have
to
to
go
burst
first.
this. Yep.
I was gonna say, that was game if he didn't burst, so...
But now Soulpech is left with no throws.
Drawing a J
And no
was
blocks.
very helpful.
So now he has to chuck
J34 here is actually lethal.
J's lethal, Ace is lethal. And there's the secret good 7. And that's the game.
Wrong card. Indeed.
Wrong card.
Yeah.
That is the worst feeling.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Soulpech's game to win there.
Oh shit, I knocked my webcam over.
Rippin' pizza.
I think that would have been his first win, too. Or no, he won one set, I think. Still, that's depressing. Alright, cutting off the recording here. Thanks for watching.